Okay, well, we're not far away from the big day, so I thought I'd better wear red. No, it's not a Santa Claus outfit, it's a BRM outfit. And this is a BRM Saturday. We are unboxing some real slot car news that sadly won't appear on many channels that say they'd say the news. These are cars that my company, ScaleRacing, heavily invested in. We co-own the tooling with BRM, and we're proud to do this to try and grow the American market and keep slot cars in the public eye. So without further ado, let's see what we've got. Alright, first off over there you can see a couple of battle worn Ferrari P4s. I'll get them a little bit more on camera. There you go. These ran in the 24-hour race. We have 14 teams, which we're proud to publish. 14 teams from all over the world. We had teams from Mexico, we had teams from Italy. Sadly, our team from Austria couldn't make it, but maybe next year. We had 2 teams from Canada. We had teams from a team from Texas, and I thank them for coming all the way. A team from Northern California, a split team from California and Eastern Washington. We had a team from Oregon, and we had several teams, I think 4 teams from the greater Seattle area. One from Seattle, I can't think of the right word, regional area. They could 2 different clubs that combined together to bring one team, and they did great. I think they were up to 3rd this year, and we then had 4 teams from the Scale Racing Centre, racers and local racing club EMSA, and then we have 1 combined team which we always call the Scale Racing All Stars, where one of the people from BRM combines with myself and my daughter. The 3 of us putting on a good show, I think, and running the race as well, running in the race and running the race. So those were the Ferrari P4s, and we can zoom in and focus on one of them. Yeah, they won't be done in the Mystery Machine colours, but my son thought that was kind of cool, so he had me fit the pale blue rims on that car. That's how it looks after the race. And then this was the car that ScaleRacing All Stars ran. Not sure how we ended up with the blue rims on the back, but I know we had to do a tyre change near the end, and that's how the car ended up. This is how they finished the race, so in pretty good shape. No real missing parts. We did have 1 team that didn't finish the race, which I was sad to see. They'd taken so much punishment, they decided to withdraw. But yeah, other than that, all the cars finished. Didn't have any real mechanical failures. We ourselves changed the rear axle and gear. No, we replaced the gear back on the new axle. Replaced the gear. Sorry, misspeaking there. Replaced the axle because it was bent in a heavy crash. And I think a couple of other teams may have done the same thing. We had 1 team break a bearing. I don't think anybody changed motors, maybe 1 team, but our car was running faster at the end of the race than it was at the beginning of the race, so you know, no real problems there. Anyway, that was our 24-hour, and those were the P4s. Those will be coming next year, but this unboxing is for a car that we co-own the tooling on, and we're proud to do that. We've helped with all the research and development. Also, I have to give a shout out to Chris Kuba from Portland, Oregon, for all of his help and expertise. So without further ado, I think you know what it is, certainly if you know Chris, but it is, we'll bring them out one at a time. The first one we're bringing out, a stunning car. I suppose I should have taken the box lid off on camera, but we'll do it this way. And that is the GT40. This one, number 3 car. that ran at Le Mans, and that one didn't finish. It was a Shelby America entry with Dan Gurney and it was Jerry Grant, and there it is. And this car in all its glory. I'll keep me off camera, you've already seen me. Well, I'll just undo the screw on the bottom of one of them just to show you the chassis. Now these did run in the 24-hour last year and ran very well. It did take us a long time to get them into the market. Unfortunately, we got hit by a few snafus, not the least trying to get accurate colour for the cars. We looked at a lot of manufacturers' colours that had chosen to make this car themselves, and we used the Ford colour codes. And I think, I mean, it depends on what car you look at, in what light you look at it. I mean, but we think we've got the colours correct using their Ford's own colour codes, and that is the car. And they have just landed finally. So, and the first batch are sold out in pre-order. So we thank all of the people that pre-ordered them. We will start shipping them out Monday, and I say start because it's not going to be one day and everybody's cars ship. We have hundreds of cars to ship out, so it's going to take time. But that's the car. There's the chassis, very similar to the 512 and 917 chassis, which came out a year before. Also similar chassis used on the McLarens and the Porsche 911 Evo, and the future one for the Group C. I shouldn't start rumours right now, but anyway, as you can see on here, it says ScaleRacing as well as BRM. We co-own the tooling. We're proud to be partners with BRM on this, along with Trans Am, which we are going to re-release next year, and also the Datsun 240Z. I think that's it right now, but we have several other projects in the works. But that is the GT40. That's a red one for Christmas. Okay, so what else is there? Get that one on camera. Right, I'll do this one more exciting. Okay, here's the box. BRM box. All official imports of our product that we co-own will come with the ScaleRacing sticker on them. Unfortunately, some people have been grey marketing cars in. We can't stop that, but we hope that people will support our efforts. We've supported the efforts to try and grow the market by investing in tooling. Okay, this one, there were two cars, the number 4 and number 5 car. The number 5 car, I believe, finished third in 1966. This one didn't finish, but it's often replicated as the same colour as the number 5. It wasn't. One was bronze and one was kind of a old gold. This is the bronze car. And yeah, I think we captured the look of this and the colours. This one running on Firestone tyres, whereas this one was running on Goodyears. So that's the second one. Okay. What have we got here? This one, famous for not quite winning, but it was no pushover. Well, I guess it was a pushover, but the pushover got them disqualified. I think Ken Miles won in an X1, which was a GT40 experimental car, whatever you call them, convertible, no roof, with the top missing. This was Gurney's car, and I think they either ran out of gas or something happened. They pushed it across the finish, but sadly you're not allowed to do that, so they were disqualified. But that was at Sebring. Very famous car, and stunning livery, and you can see some of the detail there, see some of the detail on the back of the car, and the front. And yes, they're all right-hand drive cars because the GT40s were, but they have a right-hand shifter. Most right-hand drive cars have a left-hand shifter because a lot of the drivers were American, they wanted to change gears with their right hand, whereas a European car you'd be used to changing the gears with your left hand. I think I'm getting that right. Anyway, that's the car, and that one also on Goodyears. So those three have dropped, and we're about to start shipping them. Sorry, play on words. And then of course, for those of you that are modelers, we couldn't bring out the car without doing this, and that is a white kit. And we'll move the gurney car over here. So we get the 3 GT40s. There we go. And what do you get? Okay, they come in the lightweight cardboard box. There's your body. And all the pieces to build the car. I think you have various different bonnet pieces. I think you guys call it hood. Anyway, hood, bonnet, boot. Yeah, so various different ways of building it. And then the chassis configuration. Here you can see what the latest BRM chassis and the ScaleRacing BRM chassis are like. This is the top of the line chassis. Uses this Y plate. There are 2 different lengths for some of the cars. I don't think for the GT40 there is, because you'd need extra screw holes in the chassis. But you can use different height T-nuts. You also can restrict the pod at the back here with a screw that goes in here, and a nut, a brass nut with a collar, a 0.5 millimeter, a 1 millimeter, and a 1.5 millimeter restrictor to stop the chassis moving up too much, causing the pod to move up, causing the chassis spine to touch down on the track. And again, you can see it has the ScaleRacing mark on it, GT40 Mark II, BRM slot cars. So that's the white kit. So four cars dropping now. We're not completely sold out of a couple of the cars. The white kits. Put that there. Well, let me put the pieces out here on the track. Obviously it comes with tyres and everything else. You go there, the guide. That's what you should get in your box, and some screws. Yeah, so there we go. So that's what we got. They're in, they're shipping. If you haven't ordered, we are making another run, because we have sold out of the blue car and the red car already in pre-order. The gold car, we got a couple left, not very many. Order them now if you want them, and we will do another rerun of them that hopefully we can land around about Christmas time, with a new BRM Mini that's coming out. 2 Mini Coopers by Minis in the Mini class. So there's time to get some more in. They probably won't make it into people's hands by Christmas, but these can. If you order them, you should be getting these before Christmas. One thing you do need to do is get in touch with us here at the ScaleRacing Centre, aka 132slotcar.us, because many of the orders are from 2023. So people may have moved, life may have changed, and they're unable to take one, which is no problem, because we've never taken funding on cars that are pre-order until they actually arrive. And the other thing is credit cards could have expired, or CV codes changed, etc, etc. So get in touch with us. If you pay by PayPal, we didn't take your PayPal payment. If you pay by credit card, we didn't take the payment. They would have dropped off. So get back in touch with us as soon as you can. That way we can get these out to you before the holidays. We haven't got long now, but this is an exciting piece of news, I believe, for the holidays. GT40s. Next year, Ferrari P4s. The 330 P4 and the 412. The 330, I believe, will be first, then the 412s. So that's some of our exciting slot car news for December the 7th. Okay, not long to go now. You can still get these shipped if you get in touch with us with your card information. If we don't hear from you, then obviously we'll wait. And if you pre-ordered, we guarantee you'll get that car. But please get in touch with us as soon as you can. If you no longer need them, if you could do us a favor, let us know. We can release them. We've got people waiting in line. So that is our slot car news for Saturday. All right. Anybody wishing to reuse this information is welcome to. Anybody wanting cars, you can get them on order from www.132slotcar.us. Right now, the 2 and the 3 car will not show because we don't want to confuse people and having them ordering them when they're not available. We'll put them back up for pre-order or reorder probably after we've shipped everything out. So if you're wanting the 2 or 3, you can send us an email. If you want the number 4, we still have some. Not many. And the P3s and P3s, sorry, it's a P4 actually, 330 P4 and the 412s, we will start putting up for pre-order. I'm hoping to convince BRM to release a white kit early so as we can race them with the GT40s and the 512s and the 917s. In our testing here, I think the 60s cars are going to be a little bit slower than the 70s car, which the 917 and the 512 were from 1970 and on. But we're working on that. Certainly they're of the same ilk, the same era, classic Le Mans, and we want to see all 4 cars running in anger against each other. And then, what will we do next? Obviously, we know the P4. Who knows? You can always send us information as to what you'd like to see. We take everything on board. Obviously, it has to be things that have some worldwide appeal. And there is other news coming early next year. Group C, Trans Am, and other stuff. Top secret that I can't tell you right now. But we will announce that news as soon as we can. Anyway, thank you very much for listening and tuning in. You can always watch our live streams. We live stream most Saturday nights. I realise that they're not the most professional live streams in the world. I don't have that budget. But, you know, with your support, we can always grow that. And we try to do some technical videos as well, given the time, which is my one enemy, time. But given the time, we try to do that and how-tos and help. I mean, if you've got problems, let us know. We can always do a video to explain how to do it and hopefully help you and other people enjoy this hobby. Anyway, don't forget, keep it in the slot and keep the shiny side up. Thank you very much. Happy holidays, and I hope you have a great end of the year and a safe new year. That's it for now. Bye from me.